Welcome to Kush News, the newscast of the African diaspora. I'm your anchor, Ochanda, daily bringing you the top stories from Africa and the Caribbean. Let's take a look at today's news on Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. We go to West Africa, where the president of Ghana has made a big compliment towards the Dangote refinery. Ghana's president, Nana Addo, has called for support for the Dangote refinery and petrochemical complex to succeed. He emphasized that whatever investment or project such as the Dangote refinery, which can expand the frontiers of the continent, would make each of our countries better and more prosperous. The Dangote refinery and petrochemical complex would make West Africa better and stronger, he stated. President Addo had said this when he joined Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari and other African presidents to commission a $19 billion single-train oil refinery, the largest of its kind in the world and built by Africa's richest, Aliko Dangote. It is expected that the refinery would turn Nigeria, Africa's biggest oil producer, from an importer to an exporter and create tens of thousands of jobs. The project, launched back in 2017 and located in the Lekki area of Lagos State, sits on about 130 football fields, which processes 650,000 barrels of crude oil a day. The refinery, 20% owned by the state, which would operate at a full capacity by 2024, would be able to meet 100% of Nigeria's requirement. Speaking at the commission ceremony, President Addo said that Africa's lands are abundantly endowed with hydrocarbon resources. He also said that it would be wholly unfair for the world to demand that Africa abandons the exploitation of these resources needed to finance the development for the continent, especially at a time when many countries on the continent have just discovered them. The development and industrialization of the wealthy nations of today were also hinged on the exploitation of their natural resources, President Addo argued. That development, according to the president, came at the expense of pollution and the emission of greenhouse gases. Even today, the Western world is responsible for 76% of carbon emissions compared to 4% in Africa. To Aliko Dangote, President Addo stated, "There is no greater symbol of entrepreneurship in the 21st century. It is indeed in Africa that this iconic Nigerian entrepreneur, who easily is celebrated this generation's. Aliko, as we can say in Ghana, has come far and near because we have all been very proud of you and your achievements." Those in West Africa, let us know your thoughts about the unveiling and the upcoming oil refinery. And let us know if you are looking for positions. We want to speak and give you a voice here on Kush News. And congratulations on to Aliko Dangote. Let's go to East Africa, the other side of the continent, where protesters are demanding withdrawal of foreign troops. Tens of thousands of people in northern Ethiopia's Tigray region took to the streets on Tuesday to demand the return of people displaced by a 2-year war. The protesters were also calling for the withdrawal of outside forces, now that the conflict between Ethiopia's national army and the Tigray forces has ended. The war between Ethiopia and TPLF concluded with the signing of a peace deal in South Africa back in November of 2022. Tens of thousands of people were killed and hundreds of thousands fled their homes, crossing into borders neighboring countries such as Sudan. According to aid workers, Eritrean troops also remained inside Ethiopia's territory in several border towns. Eritrean troops have been accused of serious human rights violations in Tigray, and there have been allegations that the recruits of Somali national armies were also involved on the front lines of Ethiopia's war with TPLF. In April of 2023, protesters in the Amhara region took to the streets in protest of the Ethiopia's government's plan to integrate local defense forces into the police and national army. Today, demonstrators peacefully rallied in several major cities. Those in Ethiopia, let us know if you see an end in outside forces being in your guys' country. Let's go to the Caribbean and end it there. Caribbean leaders commit to digital integration. The Trinidadian-based Caribbean Telecommunications Union says at least 9 Caribbean countries have signed the Port of Spain commitment on digital integration, signaling a commitment to a collective action in pursuit of sustainable digital transformation across the region. It said in addition to 9 countries, 2 senior advisors with responsibility for digital transformation signed the agreement that marked the accumulation of discussions that took place during the executive sessions on digital leadership. The event was hosted by Trinidad and Tobago's government in partnership with the Inter-American Development Bank. The sessions, stated a spokesperson, created an enabling place in which the region's most senior policymakers, with the support of international renowned thought leaders and speakers, discussed and shared information on their digital transformation efforts. It is said as a result that the meeting agreed to consider the creation of a regional government cloud leveraging existing or planned government data centers across the Caribbean region, establishing a regional data center to provide a most cost-effective and resilient solution for data storage and management, as well as a develop regional computer security incident response team. Delegates also agreed to enhance cybersecurity training and awareness to build capacity, to address the skills gap in the cybersecurity industry, and to promote safe online practices and educate citizens on the risk associated with cybersecurity threats. The meeting also agreed on the development of a region-wide validation on national forms of identification and credentials based on intrapool digital identity. The 11 countries which form part of the commitment were Trinidad, Tobago, Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Belize, Curacao, Dominica, Grenada, Haiti, Suriname, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Those in the Caribbean, let us know your excitement on the upcoming digital transformation and integration into the global world, as well as more cybersecurity opportunities for those out there. When we come back, we will have today's African proverb of the day. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Let's look at today's African proverb of the day. And it comes to us from Kenya. 254 watu wangu mambo vipi. And it reads, leadership comes from God. Once again, leadership comes from God. Kenyan proverb. I like this one. If I can add, I also want to state that leadership can also come from within. I often hear, because I've been in several, believe it or not, I've been in several leadership groups and focus organizations to build leadership. And one thing that I constantly hear is that not everybody is built to be a leader. Nonsense. When you have that mindset, yeah, for sure, you'll never be a leader. When you think that you'll never be a leader, yeah, you'll never be a leader. You'll never. Just go ahead and follow. But if you believe that you'll be a leader and you take the time to work at it, nobody gets anything. Nobody gets, what they deserve. You get what you work for. So if you work for that thing, more than likely you'll have it. Let me know your interpretation of today's African proverb of the day, as well as your thoughts, views, questions, comments, and concerns on the top stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for today and any other time that we upload material. For Kush News on Kush Convos TV, I'm Ochanda. We'll see you soon.